Okay, good morning everyone. This is English 101, Juan Pablo teacher speaking. So pay attention. Today's topic is going to be about past simple or past simple. I'm sorry. It's going to be about past simple. Okay, everyone. Good morning. This is English 101. Juan Pablo teacher is speaking right now, and this is another video from the Colombia Inglés Virtual. This is for English class. Now, before starting, reminder, stop the video as many times you can if you want to understand something, if you're not understanding everything. Take notes and write all the questions you have about the topic to solve them in class. And finally, practice this topic on your note on your book so you don't forget. And don't forget that learning English is the best. Past simple. When we want to talk about an action or activity that is finished, we use past simple. For example, I traveled to Spain last year. That is past simple, as you can see on the verb. And we have a second sentence, the same sentence, but now in present simple. I traveled to Spain. Now, take a look at the graphics. On the first sentence, the activity is 100% complete. It means traveled in Spanish might be understood like viajé. But travel in the red one, in the red square, is going to be understood like viajo. Okay? Now, on the second one, it's just starting to happen. As you can see, you can notice that the only difference that you can see is the word traveled, the verb traveled, and the time that it was last year. In this case, is in past, the verb, the green one, and the red is in present simple. Now, take a look at this. I traveled to Spain last year is the same sentence, but we can see that in the timeline, the sentence is going to be placed on the past. Take a look at this. So in the photo, you can see that the action happened. That's why you see that photo on black and white. It's because it's a finished action. It's completed. You're not going to do it again. On the second sentence, I traveled to Spain, we can see that completely different because it's based on the present. So if you can see, we can notice that there is a difference between the first sentence and the second one. Why? More about the verb, we are going to talk about the function, the meaning. We are talking about that the first one, the green one, is talking about an action that finished. But when we want to talk about something that is just going to happen, we're talking about the ones in red. For example, I traveled to Spain. So don't get confused by using these sentences. Now, when do we use past simple? We use it to talk about completed actions that happened in the past. For example, last year I traveled to Paris. That's another one. You can see that she traveled in the past, but it's not happening right now. She's not traveling. In the present, it's not happening anything. The second one is to describe states or feelings from a specific time in the past. It means we are going to talk about a feeling that you have in the past is not going to be different from point one. You're going to talk about feelings just like they are actions. They happen in the past and now in the present, they are not relevant. Finally, we often use past time expressions which refer to specific times. For example, in every question, we normally use the ones like yesterday, last month, last year. As you can see, I'm going to show you here. Yesterday, last month, 2 days, a month ago, or in a specific year. These ones are the ones who are going to tell you when is a sentence in past simple. Now, When the action finished, you will see these three examples. Sentence number 1. What did you do yesterday? This is a question sentence. I'm going to show you the structure. What did you do yesterday? The second one is, I watched a movie. That's an affirmative sentence. Finally, we have the third one that it says, I didn't do anything interesting. As you can notice, you will see a difference between this, didn't, and watched. Because you see that the past is applied in these spaces. Here, here, and finally here. That's what it tells you when something is in past. Remember about the adverb of frequency? Here it is, yesterday. Is the one who is going to tell you that that action happened one day before today. How is the structure of the object? Questions? Okay, now I'm going to show you three more sentences. Jeremy bought a nice mug in Ireland. What did Jeremy buy in Ireland, sorry. And finally, he didn't buy a nice mug. Now, as you can see, on the first sentence, the one who is here, I'm going to highlight in a moment. The first sentence, you're going to see now the following. Notice a difference. Take a look at the first one. I'm going to change the color here. And now take a look at the second sentence here. And the final one here. As you can see, the verb is not the same. The one you see that is both means that the verb is changed in past. But you can see only that on affirmative sentences. When you are asking or you are denying or saying something in negative, it's going to be different because the verb is going to be in present. So how can you know that the sentence are in past simple? The ones who are going to tell you when they are in past simples are these ones, did and didn't. Did is used for questions and didn't is used for negative sentences. Now let's continue. The verb in the past is going to be only in affirmative sentences. Now the second one, which is a question, did is the verb do in past. With did, you can ask. Did, in this case, in present simple, we use did for the auxiliary. He didn't buy a nice mug. The third one, that is a negative sentence. You can see that didn't is the negative from did, and you will use it to deny, to say something in negative. In the first sentence, we can say, Jeremy compró un hermoso pocillo en Irlanda. En el segundo, podremos decir que compró Jeremy en Irlanda. Y en el tercero, vamos a negar, que dice, él no compró un hermoso pocillo. Date cuenta de que la diferencia solamente está en la parte escrita, pues en español se va a entender que compró, se va a entender en las tres oraciones. La diferencia en inglés es que en afirmativo vas a ver el verbo en pasado solamente. Don't do this on subject questions. I didn't buy a nice mug. Did I buy a nice mug? No, those ones are negative. They are wrong. They are not correct. Take a look at this. Did and didn't replace the verb in past. So the verb both, which is buy in past, has to change. And this is the way how you change it. I bought a nice mug. Okay. Did I buy an ice mug? What is the difference? That you take the auxiliary, which is didn't, because it's not necessary. Now, the verb to be in the past simple is going to be the following. I, you're going to use was. You, you're going to use were. He, she, and it, you're going to use was. We, you're going to use were. When you, in plural, you're going to use were. And finally, they, you're going to use were. In negative, it's going to be the same. You're just going to add not. Wasn't, weren't, wasn't, weren't, and weren't. Now take a look at the sentences here. I was late at the tower early. I was at the tower early, sorry, but my friends were late. It was 2 p.m. when we climbed to the top, and we were very hot. It wasn't very happy, as you can see over here. I recommend you to pause the video and take a look at these two elements. Can you notice a difference? Can you notice something similar? Now, the regular verbs. The regular verbs are going to be, in past, the ones you're going to add ed. The ones who are going to add ed, these ones. Let me show you an example. Wanted, liked, traveled. So you can see there are 3 types of writing the verbs in past. As you can see, let's go by the first one. When the double consonant add ed, as you can see, the double L is going to be doubled. Okay. Now, this only is going to happen in British English. If you're going to talk about American English, you can use one L normally. Okay, so don't have that confusion already. Now, when the verb ends in a letter E, just add D. As you can see, all the verbs you see here ends in E, sorry. Wanted, visited, decided, started, oh, this one no, sorry, liked, cook, danced, watch, arrive, and leave. Now, when the verb ends in Y, like study, you see, you are going to change the Y for the I, and you're going to add it like this. But only happens when the I is alone. Take a look at play. You just have ed just because the Y is mixed with the letter, with the vowel A. If it were alone, you can add it ed only. Now, some sample sentences before you go. 3 sample sentences. I never to live in a big city, but to New York last year. Okay? So, take a look at this. Last year is here, so it means it's going to be in past. So, how is the sentence? Wanted and moved. Both are regular. As you can see, they have ed, and all the verbs in regular have ed. As you can see, moved and wanted. I never wanted, you can say that, wanted or wanted, it depends on which kind of pronunciation you can say. I never wanted to live in a big city, but I moved to New York last year. So it means that it happened, and now it's not going to happen again. That is past. Now, the second one. Take a look, that is a sentence, it's a question. So you can see the difference in here. When did Sophie go? As you can see, the verb is in present, so you are not going to add it in past. As a difference from here, take a look. It's completely different because you have something important, which is did. And it's going to happen the same here because you have didn't. And in didn't, the verb is in present as a difference from the first sentence. When did Sophie go on holiday? I didn't see her before she left. This is an irregular verb. So what is an irregular verb? An irregular verb are the verbs that doesn't have ed at the end of the verb, at the end of the word, okay? So they have unique or different ways of doing it. In this case, left is from the verb leave, that it means, in Spanish, it means irse. Now, let's go to the final sentence. Laura be hungry, so she go to a cafe and eat a sandwich. Remember that this is a tricky for you. You always have confusions with this because you think that be is going to be the word be, that's it. You're going to write be here, and that's it. No, it's not like that. You're going to see the difference now because be is going to be was. Because when we talk about be, you're talking about present, okay? Present. When we talk about was, we're talking about past. So you're going to see the difference here. Now, Laura was hungry, so she went to a cafe and ate a sandwich. These ones you see over here are irregular verbs also. These ones are verbs that you don't have to add an ed. These ones are irregular verbs. Now, I invite you to take a look at the video again and watch it as many times as you can. Take notes and write the questions you have, so when we have classes on Monday, you will know the answer, okay? We are going to talk about it better in a new session. So, have a good day. Bye-bye.